Good morning and welcome to Transformational Thursdays with Coach Ellis. This is the day I spend just a few minutes talking about quotes, quips, and cruminisms. These are words and phrases that I've accumulated over the years or I've designed myself that help to inspire and motivate us on this path of life. Today I want to quote and add to a quote by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It said, "Never confuse a single loss with a final defeat, or a single win with an ultimate victory." Never confuse a single loss with a final defeat or a single win with an ultimate victory. Essentially what this is saying is, Lady D, don't take our temporary things and apply them to permanent places. Well, sometimes when we're going about our life, we could be, when I was in the military, we used to have to run a lot, and run 2 miles, 5 miles, etc. And sometimes you go slower in 1 mile in order to make sure you have enough energy to last the entire way. Or if we're hiking, or what we call ruck marching, 25 miles, and sometimes you go slower in some parts and faster in the other. So the idea is that just because we're not going as fast or smooth or we're not as successful as we want to be in one part doesn't mean we lose. That means a final defeat. Sometimes along the way we're going to stumble, bumble, fumble, and fall. Sometimes along the way we're not going to get the results we're after. We're going to plan something that does not work out. We're going to talk to people who let us down. We're going to not live up to our word at some juncture. But that single incident of time does not determine our ultimate place. Sometimes we're going to get ahead and we're going to win, or someone's going to give us that contract. Someone's going to give us that assignment. We're going to accomplish the mission ahead of time and under budget. We're going to do these things, and we're going to live there in that place, and we're going to forget that it's not an ultimate victory. Wherever we are, win, lose, or draw, it is part of the bigger picture. And what we have to do is make sure we do our part. But we should never allow our setbacks or our victories in the moment to define us. The saddest thing I've ever heard, I've watched some TV, and I think it's not Family Guy, but the one with Hank and his wife. But the idea is that his glory days was his high school football career. Here's a guy who's 45, 50 years old, and the highlight of his life was his high school football championship. So that victory at that time has defined him for the rest of his life. The problem with that is that we're so wrapped up into our victories or our losses at a single point of time that we never progress. It is through our losses, through our failures that we grow. It's through our victories that we continue to be motivated to try again. It is through the ebb and flow of life that we reach our final destination. John Maxwell says we must learn to fail forward. We must always capture the idea that at that moment, I should learn what I must learn in victory or in loss, in winning or losing. We must capture the lesson so that we will not have the final defeat, but we will have the ultimate victory. This idea on Transformational Thursdays is don't get caught in the now so much that you will mortgage the later. Don't get caught in what's going on right now so much that you'll sacrifice the future. The win today does not mean you'll be victorious later. The loss today does not mean you've met your final defeat. The things you go through today are designed to prepare you for your next step. And the thing is, ultimately, we will not win or lose until it's all over, till our last breath has been taken. And then and only then will there be a determinant of us winning or losing. And the truth be told of that, it's not till years after that, when our legacy is defined, that we'll know whether we win or lost. But in the meantime, wins and losses en route to victory or defeat is necessary. So let's do what we do today. Learn the lessons from our faults. Learn the lessons from our wins so that we can have the ultimate victory later on. Remember, we should never confuse a single loss with a final defeat or a single win with the ultimate victory. Hey, I'm Coach Ellis. You got questions or comments, go ahead and leave it down below. Catch me on my email at coach@elliscrum.net or on Facebook at Coach Ellis. Until next week, have a one-tabulous, ultimately victorious, transformational Thursday. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.